It's the closest thing we have to a real-life superpower.
People think it's just a school subject, but it's actually a global OS, an operating system for your life.
When you speak it, you aren't just talking. You're accessing a hidden version of the world that 80% of people can't see.
Today, we're showing you how to install that system and unlock doors that most people don't even know exist.
Oh, I love a good debate. Because a lot of people right now are saying, why bother learning English? AI can translate everything for me in real time.
Yeah, I've heard that. My cousin actually told me last week, Tom, just use your phone. English is dead.
And we're going to settle that question today. Is English becoming obsolete, or is it more powerful than ever? Stay until the 15-minute mark, because the answer is going to change how you think about this language completely. Let's start personal. Tom, you traveled last year. Tell me, what was the moment you felt the difference?
Okay, so I was in a small town in Portugal, beautiful place, and I wanted to ask someone for directions to this hidden beach that a friend recommended. My Portuguese, zero.
Mm-hmm.
But in English, broken English, both of us, we had this conversation that lasted 20 minutes. He ended up showing me the beach himself. We got coffee. He invited me to his family's dinner that night.
That's not just directions. That is access.
That word, access, yeah, I felt it.
There's a concept called social capital. It's basically the value of your human connections, your network. And English is the single fastest way to build social capital globally right now.
Can you break that down, like in practical terms?
Sure. Imagine you are at an international conference. There are people from Brazil, South Korea, Germany, Nigeria. You all have one thing in common. You speak English. That shared language means you can build a relationship, exchange ideas, maybe even create something together. Without English, you are literally invisible in that room.
Invisible. That's a strong word.
It's the right word.
Now, real statistics and stories.
A survey by the British Council found that across Asia, Africa, and Latin America, people who speak English earn on average 20 to 30% more than those who don't. But it's not just about money.
Right, it's about belonging.
Exactly. When I speak to my students, and I've taught thousands, the ones who made the biggest leap weren't the ones who memorized the most grammar rules. They were the ones who got brave enough to use English in real conversations. One student, Maria from Mexico, she was terrified to speak. Then she took a solo trip to London. 2 weeks later, she came back fluent, not because she studied more, because she lived the language.
That's kind of the difference between learning about swimming and actually getting in the water.
Perfect analogy, Tom.
Speaking question Q1. Can you describe a time when a language barrier stopped you from doing something you wanted or helped you connect with someone unexpected? Say your answer out loud. Use these starter phrases. One time I was trying to. I remember feeling frustrated because the moment that surprised me was 30 seconds. Go.
Language is a bridge, and English in 2026 is the longest, most used bridge in the world. It connects people who have nothing else in common.
I like that because a bridge isn't just about getting somewhere, it's about connection.
Right, and the beautiful thing about bridges, once they're built, they stay. Once your English confidence is built, no one can take it away.
Now, quiz time.
Maya uses the phrase social capital in this section. What does it mean? A, money you save from your job. B, the value of your human relationships and network. C, a type of English grammar rule. D, the cost of learning a language. The answer is B. Social capital equals the value of your connections. The more people you can communicate with, the more social capital you have. Let's talk about the career vault. Tom, what does your work situation look like right now?
I work remotely for a company based in Amsterdam. I'm sitting here in my apartment, and I have colleagues in Canada, India, Brazil. Our entire communication, Slack, meetings, documents, all English.
And what did your salary look like before versus after you got that role?
I don't want to be too specific, but significant difference. Like I can save and travel difference. Before I was making local market salary. Now I'm making European market salary without leaving my city.
That's the career vault. English is the key that opens it. Let's talk about something specific to 2026. More and more companies, especially in tech, consulting, and e-commerce, have what's called an English first policy. Even if their headquarters are in Germany or Japan, English is the official language of the company.
Wait, so even if you live in Germany, the meetings are in English?
Yes, companies like Spotify, Klarna, major tech firms across Europe, startups in Southeast Asia, English is the operating language. It's not the language of one country anymore. It's the language of business.
The global OS.
Exactly, the global OS. Say that phrase, global OS. It's how I want you to think about English. Your phone has an operating system that runs every app. English is the operating system that runs every career opportunity, every professional relationship.
Let's get really practical. There are specific phrases that recruiters for international companies look for on a CV. Things like comfortable working in English first environments, experience in cross cultural communication, fluent in business English.
I actually added that to my CV, business English, and I noticed more callbacks because it signals I can work with anyone from anywhere. That's confidence. That is the most attractive thing on a resume in 2026.
So it's not just about speaking the language, it's about what the language says about you.
You just summed up the entire act in one sentence.
Here's something people don't talk about enough. English skills compound. Each job you get, you use English more. Each connection you make, you improve. It's like interest in a savings account. The longer you invest, the bigger the return.
And the earlier you start, the more time it has to grow.
That makes me think, I wish I'd started seriously 5 years earlier.
Everyone says that, but the second best time is always now.
Time to pause the video now. Speaking question Q2. In your job or studies, has English ever helped you or do you think it could help you in the future? Be specific. Useful phrases. In my field, English is important because I've noticed that people who speak English in my company, my goal is to use English professionally by 30 seconds. Speak out loud. Be honest.
Okay, we promised a debate. Tom, let's hear the case for AI replacing English.
All right, devil's advocate mode. So, right now in 2026, you have real-time earpieces that translate speech, AI chatbots that can write professional emails in any language in seconds, even live meeting transcription that translates on the fly. So the question is, if technology removes the language barrier, why spend years learning English?
Good. That's actually a very reasonable question.
Thank you.
Now let me tell you why it's still wrong.
I walked right into that.
First argument, trust. When you speak someone's language, even imperfectly, you create an instant human connection. When you speak through a translator, there's always a gap, a lag, an uncertainty.
Right. I've been on Zoom calls where someone used live AI translation. It's technically fine, but something feels off.
Because language is not just information, it's tone, it's humor, it's the way you pause before a difficult sentence, the way you laugh. AI can translate words. It cannot translate personality.
That's actually huge. I never thought about the pause.
And in a job interview, in a negotiation, in a first meeting with a client, that human connection is everything. The person who can make you laugh in English, not translate a joke, but actually be funny, has an enormous advantage.
Second argument, comprehension ceiling. AI can translate what someone is saying, but it cannot tell you what they meant, the subtext, the implication, the cultural context.
Give me an example. Okay, a British colleague says, "That's an interesting approach." In British English, that often actually means, "I disagree, but I'm being polite." And AI will translate that perfectly. But if you don't understand the cultural nuance, you'll think they loved your idea.
Ha, I have definitely made that mistake before.
Fluency gives you cultural access. That is something no app can give you yet.
Quiz time. Maya says a British colleague says that's an interesting approach. What does she say it often really means? A, they love your idea and want to hear more. B, they're confused and need clarification. C, they politely disagree. D, they think you are creative.
So, what have we actually learned today? English is access. It builds social capital. It opens the career vault. And no, AI is not making it obsolete. If anything, in a world where everyone is using AI tools, the humans who can also communicate fluently and confidently in English stand out even more.
The bar is being raised, not lowered.
Exactly. The bar is being raised. And you're already in the right place. You're already doing the work.
I want to ask something real quick. For someone at the beginning, someone who maybe only has 30 minutes a day, what is the single most important thing they can do?
Speak out loud every day, even to yourself, even to your phone, even just narrating what you're doing. I am making coffee. I am thinking about my day. The voice is a muscle. Train it.
I actually want to try that starting tomorrow morning.
Perfect, because here's what we're going to do in the next video, and I need you to watch it because it builds directly on today.
Topic 2.
Topic 1, daily routine. We are going to take the exact situations you live every morning, waking up, getting ready, your commute, your first hour at work, and we are going to turn them into English practice. You don't need a classroom. You don't need extra time. You need your life and the right words.
So the motivation from today turns into the action of tomorrow.
That is exactly what happens next. Don't close the tab.